So here we are, 2021. Today I'm going to give you a full update on my own training and nutrition. I've had a lot of people ask about this, what I'm currently doing, because I'm doing a lot of different things in terms of my training setup and also nutritionally, what my goals are, what are the plans for the year, what am I looking to do. So 2021, we are in the same situation with this shitty COVID lockdown, which is BS in my opinion. If you agree, drop a comment below. However, we'll make the most of what's going to happen this year and make the most progress we can as always. So in regards to my own training and nutrition, end of last year, I got super shredded for some stuff I had out in Dubai, which was awesome. Got in the best shape of my life. I was really, really pleased. Again, around my birthday, so I might make this a yearly thing, like a birthday shred, to end the year on high. So that was awesome. We are now into 2021. I am now looking to add as much muscle tissue as I can to my physique and maximise everything I can, and just try and actually have an off season. So I haven't had. I think last year I probably spent like 2 months where I wasn't in a calorie deficit or calorie maintenance, and those 2-3 months I was doing like CrossFit workouts in a friend's home gym, which wasn't really conducive to building muscle tissue. What actually happened, I ended up getting a bit chubby and nothing really happened that was productive. So we have now moved that aside. This year, this is going to be sick. So I've just hired and started working with my man Nick GLOFF, who is one of the best exercise execution trainers in the world, and he's helped me to build an absolutely insane new training split to focus on the weak areas of my body, my mobility, the way I move, the way I breathe, and actually maximize everything I'm doing. Progress so far has been absolutely insane. So for example, 10 days ago we did one of the exercises we've got programmed in is hack squat, as you'll see on the screen now, and we got 5 more reps we did the set before. That was just 10 days ago. So that's a huge amount of progress in a very short period of time, and I'm seeing this across all my lifts across the board. So if I do this over 12 months, it's going to be superb. You'll also see in terms of my condition, which will show on screen now, that I am also very, very lean still. My body weight's not going up. My cardio has been reduced back drastically. So in terms of what I'm actually doing in terms of cardiovascular work, we'll start with that from the off. At the end of last year, I was doing cardio at the peak, 60 minutes fasted every training day, and then a hit on my spin bike at home in the garage. The garage shreds every rest day. Now, what we're looking to do is remove as much cardio as possible, which is already having a positive impact on my strength levels. So what we're doing now is we initially dropped back to doing 2 60-minute cardio sessions a week on training days. I've now dropped that back to 2 30-minute sessions, and we're still doing the hit on the rest days. In terms of training split, now this is something pretty jazzy we've got going on working with Nick. And I have to say, when I first looked at it, I was like, what is this? This is a bit unconventional. So this is the training split I'm going to read out to you. So day 1, legs. Day 2, push. Then rest. And then day 3 is pull. Day 4 is legs again. And then day 5 is rest. Day 6 is push. Day 7 is pull. Day 8 is rest. And then repeat. So doing 2 training days on, 1 day off. And the training volume is pretty low within the session. So what we're actually doing is probably like 14 to 16 working sets per session. But what is very, very different is at the end of every workout, we basically have almost like a superset or tricep. It's not really superset or tricep, it's like a zigzag set where we do one exercise and then another exercise with a little gap. So for example, yesterday when I did legs, I did an incline dumbbell curl. I did a reverse dumbbell lateral, prone on a bench, and then did a standing dumbbell lateral, because we're looking to add more frequency to the areas I'm trying to really bring up. So key areas I'm looking to add muscle mass on my physique at the moment are my shoulders, my biceps, and my hamstrings. So we're adding more upper body volume by doing these almost like tricep zigzag sets at the end of pretty much every session to add in more volume over the week. Now these zigzag sets are actually going to be pretty low volume, so there's only 2 sets of each of the exercises, but it's just adding more training stimulus throughout the week, and we're making sure that we can recover correctly, and it's making a big difference. So that's what we're doing with the current training setup. We'll take you through some training sessions that we can do, which will be absolutely sick, but this has been very, very different for me and very eye-opening. And the other thing that's been a complete game changer has been actually working on my mobility and activation. So working with Nick, we put together an activation protocol before every training session to focus on the big problem areas I have, in particular with my hips, which has actually made my waist smaller, because I'm not now loading my hips because I've had a posterior pelvic tilt. So we now put my spine and my hips into a neutral alignment, So we're not loading my obliques as much, which is making a big difference in almost the shape of my midsection and bringing everything in nice and tight. So this will be a very, very exciting process in terms of training to see where this goes. Logging everything, being super meticulous. Just saying to Lewis behind the camera, since back from Dubai 2 weeks ago, I haven't had anything off plan. So it's been absolutely dope. I'm really, really excited to keep this progress going. Coming to nutrition. So what we're doing in terms of nutrition, I will tell you. So are now doing a high carb day. We were originally doing 1 high carb day a week of 500 grams carbs. We're now doing 2 high carb days a week of 500 grams carbs, protein 200, fat 48, which is about 3,300 calories. On my normal training days, I have carbs around 227, again, protein 200, fats a bit higher at 68. And then rest days, quite low food, so 150 grams of carbs, 200 grams of protein, around 50 grams of fat, around 18 to 1900 calories. So this has put me in a really good sweet spot at the moment, where my strength's shooting up, muscle mass is coming up, and we're staying really nice and lean and tight. And the goal is to add a couple of kilos of tissue before the summer, whilst keeping my condition in check, which is really, really important. Last big shout out on something I'm doing, which has been very, very different, which I've done a lot of before, but has made a big difference. There's a few things we're really focused on. So 3 secrets that I'm adding in for optimal gains in the strategy, because of lockdown I can perfect everything. I'm now getting deep tissue work, cupping and grafting work done every rest day. So 2 to 3 times a week, I'm getting all the tissue opened up everywhere. So I've found I've got a few issues. My right Achilles, absolutely like impaled in terms of how tight it was. So I had someone go through that with a Grafton blade, which pretty much took my soul. My left biceps very tight, and again my hips and obliques. So we're working through all these areas to really open up tissues so we can build as much muscle mass as possible. That's working really well. The 2 other big things I'm focusing on at the moment are actually sleeping, so I can run my day as I like. So I essentially don't set an alarm. I go to bed early anyway, like 9:30, after watching a bit of Peaky Blinders, and then I just wake up when I wake up, which is normally about 6 o'clock naturally. So I'm getting really good, decent sleep, which is making a big difference in terms of recovery. And then last but not least is digestion. I'm making sure that my digestion is on point. I said earlier, I haven't had any crap food since I was in Dubai, and that's made a big, big difference in terms of making sure my gut inflammation is low, my food's digesting and absorbing everything it should be, and everything is running sweet as a nut. So big, big take-home points here to focus on. Also making sure mobility and having everything opened up. So this is my plan for the rest of 2021. It's just keep growing, trying to stay lean, burying myself into my training, actually add some muscle tissue onto my frame. About 95 kilos at the moment. Goal is to get up to about 98, 100 and try and maintain this condition. We might keep pushing on beyond that if we go a bit more aggressive. We will see what happens, and some more training footage coming up as well. So make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, and we'll take you along the ride for the Living Large journey.